Hey Clashers, the new Tribe Gaming roster for the year 2022, the first time ever in action in the first round of the playoffs of the iTzu Cup, and we have a really stacked roster. While we have the start of the first attack of Fluxxy, just let me know who is in this roster, because we have a couple of changes. Nebrax, Kownledge and Excosist and Kownledge are going to stay the same. While Kownledge is still being the 6th player, we have 2 newcomers to the team. Where Maxi and Jake left the team because they retired from competitive Clash, they left some open spaces, like they left some open spots, and those need to be refilled. Who is it? Well, we have Fluxxy, who's on your screen already, who is the first attacker in this match, and we have Riqirez coming in, so it's now going to be an English-based team because we have, well, some international players in there, but still all the same time zone, which is so important for planning. So overall, this roster is stacked. It's really strong. So let's see how they can do in this first round against Indian fighters in the first round of the playoffs of the iTzu Cup. And I'm super hyped about this. So let's see how Fluxxy is doing. So far, he started this Queen Short in the Town Hall. Everything so far looking good. And he's starting with a hybrid for this bottom side, with the King getting wall break in. So far it's looking good. The only thing which can hold him back really are Spring Traps. Spring Traps, there's not big counterplay for anyone pretty much. And there's a lot of Hog Riders flying right now. Even Miner is getting Spring Trapped away as well. So now this backhand is really being the difference maker in this one. Can the scatter shot, can the Royal Champion somehow make the difference? The freeze is great. The heal spell is pretty good as well, but to be honest, there's not too much left. Not too many Hog Riders, not too many miners. Is this going to be a defense or is this going to be a 3-star? Because this wait a second. That Royal Champion is just completely running it down because she's just jumping into the compartment of the King of the Packer. That could have been really different if the Royal Champion would have stayed over that wall and would have stayed back and dealt more damage. But with this, the King and the Packer are breaking through. The Queen is getting the scatter shot out of the way, and this means it's going to be the first 3-star of this match. And now the question is, can Indian fighters fight back? That's the main question we all are waiting for. We all are asking ourselves if this is going to be a close match or if this is not going to be a close match. Either way, Fluxxy getting it done. It's close, but the 3-star is secure. Next 3-star, next 3-star. Let's see if I called it too early. But next attack is going to be King from Indian fighters on this base of Riqirez, and this base already is not looking nice. We have a really, I mean, it's. First off, I hope we're getting back into the attack. I hope there's no disconnect. That would be really unfortunate. We're back. Is he placing anything? Are there healers incoming? Or is there anything not really oh, perfect. There's the loon. There's the healers. That's great. That's really good news for us because this means there is no disconnect. There was just like some server issues or something. I don't know. Whatever. But for now, it's looking really good. So, no surprising Tessa. The Queen is walking to the right direction. So, things are looking good for him. The wall break has worked as well. But now he's going to engage into a lot of damage. The overall plan looks great, but he's charging into a lot of X-bows and into a lot of damage. With that Queen, with that Scatter, with that Warden as well. He's having the invisibility spell too late, and this means the Queen ability is getting forced, which is not good news at all. He's trying to start with this match with taking damage away from his Queen. He needs a rage, he needs a freeze, otherwise this Queen is dead. And oh no, the freezes are in too late. He should have frozen that scatter. He should have frozen this scatter in the expo to make sure that those are retargeting then on the hybrid. So the hybrid a little bit earlier could have really taken away some damage off that Queen. But now it's all about saving the attack, saving the second star, saving the percent to make sure that the lead is not too big. Because it's just the first attack, right? It's only the first attack, so that's no problem whatsoever. But starting things off with the double hybrid as well is kind of surprising. Like, so far in the tournament, in the first qualifier day, we have seen a lot of Super Dragons, no surprise right there, and a lot of LALO as well. So, kind of surprised not seeing too much of that. Town Hall, either way, is secure, so the second star is in 50% as well. So, this is now all about getting more and more percentage to make sure this is not really counting as a 2-star deficit. Because we can see already there's going to be a 1-star difference, but with this being then maybe a lower percentage, this might be, it feels like a 2-star lead already. But hey, we're waiting for the next few attacks, because as I have just said, this is just the second of 10 attacks in general, so a lot of things can still happen. Nothing is set in stone just yet, and the Warden is not getting any more percentage. So the first attack is over for both teams, and now we have Excosist coming in with his Legend Army. We had this strategy on the channel a couple of weeks back, and it has worked pretty crazy. Like, this strategy was kind of insane, where he was using a Queen Charge LALO, but he brought the Dragon Rider to the mix as well. So looking forward to see how he's using that. At the same time, he is bringing in the new Siege, or like, should I even call it still new Siege? It's the Flame Flinger, it's the Siege Machine, which can be so powerful. Let's put it like this, because it is kind of random, if we're completely honest. It is kind of random in how it finds the path. It's still broken in that regard, that it's not working properly. Like, sometimes it's like skipping buildings and everything. So yeah, for now at least, it's not doing anything crazy, not running into like any damage whatsoever. So that's great news for Excosist. And now he's coming in with the Ground Warden, with the King. I love this combination. It's just so much fun seeing how much power your heroes can actually get if you use them in the right way, especially with the Siege for the Town Hall. It's looking pretty damn strong. And take a look at that jump. Take a look at that jump. The freeze in as well to make sure the Queen is staying alive. Another rage. And that jump is leading his Queen right into the core of the space. Right into this core channel where he can reach air defense, Eagle, X-Bows, double air heroes, which means the Queen and the Royal Champion. So things are looking really, really good for Excosist right now. So now the LALO. The LALO is the big deciding factor. The last air defense is down. The scatter shot has to go down as well, and the defending Queen could be a problem. So the Queen is running back actually. Wow. Okay, we have to say that was a little bit of lucky, to be honest. The Queen running away from the LALO, running away from the Loons, where they would have just getting like taken down really easily, but instead running back to the attacking Queen and then getting taken down. So this is looking good, especially with the Dragon Rider and the Loons, which came from the Siege Machine, from the Flame Flinger, and now this is going to be the second 3-star for Strive Gaming. Now, Indian fighters need to make sure that they're getting this 3-star in. They need to make sure that they're getting this next 3-star in, otherwise Tribe is just running away with their lead. So far, 2 out of 2 with the new roster. And now we have Super Dragons coming in. Super Dragons are super strong. I know, I mean, all of you guys still know that. Whoever, I mean, I saw so many comments under the nerf video for Super Dragons, and I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but I was kind of afraid of people really not knowing how strong they are. And actually, this 300 HP nerf, I hope so bad that there's actually going to happen a nerf. But let's see how those guys are using them. But either way, I think I should just push it away for now, because otherwise I get way too triggered. But we have the blimp for the Town Hall. We have the Super Dragons are getting just pretty much put all into like a really slim margin of space and getting sent into the base. It's looking good for him because the sweepers are not pointing into the direction of the Super Dragons. And take a look at that. Like everywhere, the Super Dragons spread out perfectly. So really, really good of the attacker right there. And with this, there's pretty much nothing left in this base. We have the ground X-Bows, which obviously do not help too much against Super Dragons. And we have the back-end air defense getting taken down by this Royal Champion. So the last air defense, which is alive, is at the top side, which is taken down by the Queen. And we all know as well that even if those Super Dragons would reach the air defense, Super Dragons one-shot air defenses. Yeah, that sounds fair. But either way, this is a huge overkill. So really, really good job to Guru for taking this easily, really easily down. And Indian fighters are back in this match. Yeah, still 1-star down, but at least they're showing that they're really in this, or making Tribe at least a little bit nervous in this one. Next attacker is Riqirez, one of the best LALO attack, maybe even the best LALO attacker in the world right now, having one of the best hit rates out there with a lot of LALO attacks, but especially in the hardest category, which is the Sui LALO, he is having the highest hit rate of all pro players. By the way, huge shout out goes out to Chase the Ace, who is putting in a lot of stats work, collecting all of those different stats from community events and putting all of those stats into those incredible stats sheet where you can find all of those stats for your favorite players. So if you want to see what the hit rates look like of your favorite player out there, make sure to follow him on Twitter. I will put his Twitter link down below in the description, by the way. But let's get back to the attack. This value already looks crushed. Like, to be honest, I have seen him triple bases with way less value, and just seeing him attack those box bases looks already really, really solid. But I do not want to jinx too early, because that would be kind of unfortunate. So let's wait how the LALO looks like. The slammer into the core, starting off with the Ice Hound, because it feels like maybe he can just make it work that the first air defense is going down quickly. I guess so. So the freeze could pop onto the scatter, I guess. Otherwise, not sure what exactly the order of those hounds, like if there's any specific thing I missed or why he started with the Ice Hound. But either way, Ice Hound is actually only one of them. Took down the first air defense with all of those loons. The loons are in the core, the nice rage, and then those last two hounds nicely tanked the bottom air defense. And now the Tesla form. That's the only chance on how to save this base, because the loons are swarming the back end. And this means the last air defense is going down. And as I've said, one of the best LALO attackers out there. And this is going to be another 3-star for a tribe. Wow, that looked really clean. I mean, I know already. I mean, I've seen with like some other players as well how they use this Sui LALO strategy on those box bases. And it really feels like a hard counter, if you want to say so. So I'm really looking forward to see how those box bases are going to change up and develop over time to see, well, if there's any counter, because if the Sui LALO is like such a strong thing for good players against this box-based type, it's not going to be a most used type of base in the competitive play. But so far, it's working great. But now we have Indian fighters again with their Super Dragons. So let's see if they can get in another 3-star to keep make this match close. That will be what I'm looking for. And so far, it kind of looks like LALO versus Super Dragons. If we are approaching this like a, I don't know, if we can just get away, remove the first attack of each team where it was Queen Shot Hybrid, but remove those attacks. Otherwise, it's just LALO versus Super Dragons, which is kind of cool to see. Super Dragons are swarming the base. The question now is, can he take everything down? The Super Dragons are getting pushed away from the Eagle, which is huge for the defense. The freeze is in, the poison is in. Can the Super Dragon? The Super Dragon is just one-shotting the Queen in that range. How is that balanced? How is that even? Okay, it's crazy. The Super Dragons are pushing in from the bottom side. The Royal Champion chasing this scatter shot, taking it down as well. The Eagle, though, is staying alive for a lot of time, but he has the Royal Champion ability, which he's going to use in just a second. He's using he still has the King and the Queen ability. And this one Super Dragon, if it can get into the melee range of this Eagle, you can get this down. Yes, it is. And this means the Eagle is going to go down. And this means it's another 3-star for the Super Dragons. Ground Expo getting taken down as well. The Unicorns keep healing that Queen. So, I mean, he has to use the Queen ability eventually. But he has the King ability still left. Wait a second. The Queen? No, Queen is not going down. The Unicorn just saving that Queen. No, wait, another Giant Bomb. The Giant Bomb was out of range or what? That's just crazy. The Queen is surviving so many times because of this OP Unicorn healing her up non-stop. It's kind of crazy. The King is getting taken down as well on defense, and this means it's going to be another 3-star. So it's 9-8. Still a close match. So let's see if this is going to keep staying. Okay, another LALO. Nebrax is coming in with another LALO. It's so funny. It's so funny. LALO versus Super Dragons. Let's see if it's going to change later on. Like typically, we see the approach where teams are running the Super Dragons early and then are switching to something else later on. Either way, Nebrax is in with the Blizzard, opening the Blizzard really early. That's interesting. I would be really afraid of having like a Giant Bomb and a Small Bomb in between of this Warden and the Expo. If it's right there, he has a big problem. And he's not turning the Ice Golems invisible, or okay, now he's luring them back. There's one Giant Bomb, but no small bomb whatsoever. So this means the Wizards are staying alive for a little bit longer and taking down quite a big part of this base. Now the question is, what is the next step? Is he going to go for the Town Hall, or is he doing something different with his heroes? Okay, it seems like he's trying to take down the Ice Golems on the left side. But what is the... Okay, he's starting with the heroes on this top left side. Okay, then running it down into the Scatter and Queen compartment. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Wait a second, the King is walking? King? Okay, never mind. I was just afraid a little bit. I know my king likes to walk away from where I'm telling him to go. So, yeah, I was kind of afraid. Next wall break, Headhunter is in as well to make sure this queen is not dealing too much damage to that king. And now the king is just, yeah, taking the wall break to the next step with that royal gem now coming from the top side. So he has the double scatter getting taken down if nothing is going wrong. And the LALO just for this bottom side. So in the back of the sweepers pretty much, which is not looking too bad, at all. He has no rage. Like, I feel like this would be awesome with a rage. Like, a rage right there would be great to take down the tunnel. Tunnels are activated. There's the freeze. Is he having enough loons? The warden is really far back. There's red bombs and everything. Nothing is going for the tunnel. Nebrax really needs to take down another haste, another freeze. Wait a second. Come on, loons. Push. And the loons are going for the tunnel. So he can use the warden. The warden is following, making sure that he can catch every single loon. The warden OP, making the step like in the middle, in between of every single loon. And with this last haste, it's going to be the overkill. I was a little bit afraid of the tunnel, I have to admit. I was a little bit afraid, but still, he is getting things done at the end. And this means another 3-star for Tribe. Tribe so far, 4 out of 4. So as long as the last attack is not a huge mess up, this is looking good. But Indian fighters can still fight back. And I'm really looking forward to see if they're going to keep going with the Super Dragons or if they're going to switch things up and going to go with something different. Either way, we're waiting and seeing. And okay, another Super Dragon attack onto this base of Excosist. Let's see if it's the first defense against the Super Dragons. Let's see. We have the sweepers pointing away from that town hall. I guess against... I don't know if that's... To be honest, I'm not an expert at trying to defend Super Dragons. But yeah, like pretty much all of the Super Dragons on one spot. Now there's the first rage. Make sure the warden ability is catching that blimp. The sweeper now is starting to like push them towards the right side, which I guess is like planned. But wait a second. The clone? Yeah, there's the clone working nicely to take down the... Wait a second, is that single phone tower going down? Yes, it is. But now, wait a second, we have a lot of those Super Dragons getting distracted by this left side. There was not too much funneling going on. At the same time, the Hound... Maybe the heroes were on the wrong side. Maybe the heroes were on the wrong side because this Hound is really, really tanking those queen shots. Now we have on this left side a lot of Super Dragons to the left. Can they push through? That's the main question. There's the freeze. But there's the Black Man as well to take down this Super Dragon right there. Queen ability is getting used as well. And one of the most OP things about those Super Dragon attacks are actually not the dragons. Don't get me wrong. I'm not always hating on them. It's like more like the unicorn. If you can keep the queen and the unicorn somehow alive to make sure that there's always this healing coming in, it is incredible, incredible powerful. So that's one of the most important things. And the queen and the unicorn went down. So this could be the first defense against the Super Dragon army composition. We have now the freeze, but this air defense at the top side. This air defense at the top side is not really easily reachable for those Super Dragons, so this should be a defense, right? I mean, there is storages, there is not a clear pathing into this air defense, and this means it is actually the first defense against those Super Dragons for Tribe Gaming, and this should be already the win. Now the main question is, can Tribe Gaming in their first match ever in this roster playing together, can they get a perfect war? That would be one of the craziest first matches ever for the new roster. It would be really, really cool. So let's see and wait for the last attack. Because, one quick information, if you're wondering, Kronos, as far as I know, would be the team captain. Even though, I've heard that already from them. They're like all on the same level, but you always have to name a team captain. And in this one, he's not on the roster because he's busy or something. So Knowledge is playing. So Knowledge is the last attacker for Tribe. And they keep going with LALO. Okay, so we have the story of the match still alive, where it's LALO versus Super Dragon. And so far, LALO seems to win if you can master it. So LALO, incredible difficult. But so far, it seems like that Tribe Gaming is handling it pretty well. The sneaky goblins for the town hall is looking good. Not too many storages, not too many collectors are in front of that. So the town hall is pretty much not for free, but you can take it down nicely. And wait a second, he has the Wallraker selected. Wait a second, Knowledge. Wallraker? Is the Wallraker back? I have seen this now already a couple of times that the Wallraker is getting used again from those top teams. So is this, the comeback of the Wall Wrecker, would be kind of cool, to be honest. If the 500 HP did a little bit, there's it out coming in. It's kind of fast. I mean, I'm used to having the log launcher, right? But the log launcher is way slower. The RAM is like speeding, going straight under the core. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is it actually getting to the core? Wait, it's kind of tanky, yeah, but it's not really getting too far. The rage is incredibly aggressive. It's not catching the queen. And now the question is, did he drop the rage too aggressive? Getting this scatter at least. And now we have the queen. Wait a second. The expo. That rage was genius. I have not said anything. That rage was genius because he's taking down the scatter and the expo. And now the queen, using her ability. She needs to stay alive a little bit longer to take a little bit more damage, or like deal a little bit more damage. That would be great. But the multi-inferno tower, he needs to freeze the multi-inferno tower. The multi-inferno tower is dealing so much damage. Those loons. Oh no. But okay, the Inferno Tower is down. The freeze a little bit too late, but it's still working. The LALO is coming in. The ward ability pretty early onto the first group of loons, which is not really taking too much damage right now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be close. Royal Champion from the left side. It's 1 minute, so time is hopefully not an issue. But the LALO is having problems, especially knowing that there is a lot of red bombs behind this tower. There's the first red bomb. Oh no. Black mine, okay. There's the freeze for the advance and the wizard tower and another red bomb. Oh no, black mine. Loons are dropping quickly. The royal ability is getting used as well. The last air defense at the top side with the tester farmer. He saved the haste belt, getting everything into the last remaining couple of buildings. And time is ticking as well. I have not said anything. The time could be an issue. I thought time would be enough, but it's 20 more seconds. Royal Champion closing in on the last remaining defense. The defenses are down. And now the building, the last building is down as well. This means the perfect war for Tribe Gaming with a new roster. That's OP. Next attack is in, which is Super Dragons again. Surprise, but it's such a cool story for the match in general. Like LALO versus the Super Dragons, and Super Dragons are in again. So let's see how he's going to send them in. Wait, is he really going to go? Wait, no, never ever. 2 sweepers? He does not care about the sweepers at all. Like, if you would tell me that someone was going to go in with an air attack, with a dragon attack, into 2 sweepers, this cannot 3-star. He is going into 2 sweepers. This can never ever. How is this? With this slammer? What? Okay, now it's I'm sorry, it's kind of stuttering a little bit. I don't know why, but it should be back. Yeah, it should be back to normal in just a second. Yeah, but okay. Into 2 sweepers, that's just insane. Versus 2 single inferno towers as well in the core, just to prevent those super dragons a little bit better. But this is looking so, I think it's looking so good. I mean, the top side, the air defense is kind of annoying. There's the rage. The air defense is getting one shot by the super dragon. Now the rage at the bottom side for the town hall. Now the question is, the queen, the defending queen, can the queen get taken down? The poison and the freeze is in place. The town hall is down as well, so the second tower is secured. Can this freeze? Wait, this is no, you cannot tell me that he's going against a lot of single inferno towers into 2 sweepers. The queen is just getting 1 shot? No way. No way. No way. No, this is actually a 3-star. This is... Please, after this attack, if anyone is telling me that super dragons are not OP and shouldn't be nerfed, actually nerfed, not like 300 HP, actually nerfed. If anyone is telling me that, please don't do that. Don't do that. They are so broken. This is just insane. I mean, what? I cannot get over it. Against 2 sweepers, against single inferno towers to prevent those beefy dragon attacks. And it did not help anything. Like, the damage of those super dragons is just incredible. But yeah, GG's anyways. Like, GG's anyways. Indian fighters getting things done with 13 stars to the 15 star for Tribe Gaming. It was a great match. It was a pretty cool storytelling with like Super Dragons versus LALO. GG's to both teams. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until the next time. Until then, see ya and bye bye.